For 6 letters, audible cough. Add charge for a hot drink, perhaps. Now, there's a few interesting pieces going on in this clue. There's, of course, punctuation with a question mark. And if you've been following Morning Cryptic Clues for a while, we know by now that punctuation is typically just decoration. It sometimes might help separate out the definition from the wordplay and fodder, and sometimes it's just there to misdirect, so you can never trust it. And so we should keep that in mind for this clue. The other interesting piece is at the end of this clue we've got perhaps, and perhaps can mean one or two things as an indicator. One is that it can be an anagram indicator, right? This series of letters in a word. Perhaps we mean something different with the same letters. It can also be a way to indicate that the preceding words, so in this case, drink, or maybe it's a hot drink, perhaps we're looking for an example of that. So not a strict dictionary definition of a hot drink, but an example of a hot drink. And we can probably tell that a hot drink perhaps is going to be the definition here, because we've got audible cough, add charge, for, or to get a hot drink perhaps. And so if that's the definition, then at the start then we've got audible cough, add charge. Now how do we work this one out? Well, the first thing is that at the start we've got audible. And audible, because it's referencing something that we're hearing, something that we're listening to, it's probably going to be a homophone indicator, where the next word along here, cough, is going to sound like that word cough, but just spelt different. And perhaps you're already guessing what the answer is going to be if we're starting off with a word that begins with cough as the first syllable. I won't put it down just yet, but then look, we have add charge. And so add is just telling us that there is another word for charge that we're just adding on for the second syllable, the second part or element of this clue. And so altogether, we have cough, and then we're looking really there for a 3-letter word for charge, which is a fee. So awkward to say altogether, cough, fee, but altogether, if you smush it all together, that's the technical term you have, of course, coffee, a hot drink, perhaps.